In today's video, I'm going to be showcasing you my exact same process on how I write resumes for my clients that land them more job interviews and job offers. As a part of my initiative to help my community, I have decided to launch my Exclusive Resume Revamp Club, which is a scholarship program where I will write resumes for free for one person in my community every week so that they can land their dream job. I'm super proud of this initiative because I know that it will help a lot of people across the globe to help write their resumes to get more aligned with their job search and also help them become more financially independent. So if you're somebody who need my help to write your resume, here is a link somewhere in the video or even in the description, which you can click on and pitch me or my team on why we should select you. By the way, we select one person every week, so there's plenty of opportunities. So let's get into the first resume of their Exclusive Resume Revamp Club. So this week, I got to review a graduate resume for somebody who is studying in their Bachelor's of Technology in Computer Science from India. Let's go into first analyzing what exactly is wrong with their current resume before we head into how I revamp their resume. For this video, I have changed the person's name and let's call them Jane. So the number one thing that I see wrong in this resume is that there is no personal summary on the top. A personal summary is very important because that is your elevator pitch to the recruiter. That is the very first thing that a recruiter is going to read. And if that is missing in a resume, it looks a bit incomplete. Mistake number two, the person is showcasing their Bachelor's of Technology in Computer Science Engineering degree. However, there is no description of the core modules or relevant coursework. Mistake number three, high school education is mentioned, which is absolutely not needed. We do not need to mention a high school education in our resumes, people. So now let's hop onto the skills section, which is the second section of Jane's resume. What I don't like about this resume is that there's a big bold title, technical skills. However, now this Jane is mentioning her relevant coursework, which should have actually gone into the education section. Also, another thing that I do not like in this technical skills section is that Jane has not mentioned Microsoft Excel, spreadsheets, Microsoft Office Suite, which is also very important and literally mentioned in 99% of the job descriptions out there. Now let's hop on to section 3 of Jane's resumes, projects. I understand that Jane does not have any work experience or industry experience, which is okay because you're doing your bachelor's. And I love that Jane has actually put her projects in the resume to showcase her skill set. However, do you see what's wrong? Do you? If you see what's wrong, comment below. What exactly do you see wrong in this resume? The number one thing I see wrong in Jane's resume is that she is using vague titles to describe her projects. For example, secure app search. What does that mean? How the hell a recruiter who doesn't understand anything about tech supposed to know what it means? So your title has to be clear, Jane. Number two, I like that she started each of her sentence in her projects with an action verbs. However, the sentences or the description in the work experience section is incomplete and incoherent. For example, let's look at the first two sentences where she's built an Android app and she's saved a lot of time. I feel that those two bullet points can be one single point and could have more metrics and achievements into it. So I feel that the resume is lacking achievements, it's lacking focus, and it's also lacking her skill set. If you see closely in the description of her projects, you see that she is ending a lot of sentences with metrics. Usually when I write resumes, I like to put the metrics first at the starting of the description instead of at the end. Now let's go into the last section of Jane's resume, which is called additional, which is not really the right way you title a section in your resume, Jane. Now here Jane is sort of mentioning what she's done in terms of achievements, in terms of volunteering, in terms of her extracurriculars. However, she is using weak action verbs such as worked and managed. And this is not telling me that she is a stellar golden candidate. So the whole resume is a bit of a womp for me. And if I was a recruiter looking at this resume, I would not know what is this person's skill set and what they bring to the table, and it will probably not pass through the applicant tracking system, therefore leading an automatic job rejection. But Jane, don't worry, you have me to revamp and rewrite your resume as a part of my exclusive club so that you can get shortlisted for your next internship or grad role. So to get to know Jane better, my team actually spent 15 to 30 minutes on call with her on Google Meet to make sure that we get all the information about all the projects she's done and the achievements. And then later, I spent 45 minutes in my day to revamp her resume and put it into one of my ATS-friendly resume template kit that is launching very, very soon. So before you see her resume, let's hear from Jane on how excited she was to see her final resume.
Hey, I just got off call with Divya and she was great. And my resume turned out pretty well too. I think I'm ready to apply for jobs. Thank you, Divya, for working on my resume.
Okay, drum roll please. Here we go, voila! This is Jane's new resume and I am frankly in love with it. So starting on the top, right under her name, I made sure I put the title Graduate Data Analyst and also told Jane to change it for different roles she's going for. A job title is very, very important right under your name if you're applying for jobs because it tells the recruiter exactly what is your level: junior, graduate, senior, mid-level, etc. Number 2, I made sure I wrote an amazing personal summary for Jane. If you look at the personal summary closely, it is 3 to 4 sentences with a lot of keywords and a lot of action verbs in there to showcase her strengths and skill set. I use the words analytical and high achieving is because Jane is very keen in problem solving. She loves solving challenges. She loves challenging work environment, and high achieving because she has done a lot of leadership activities. Then moving on, we're mentioning computer science graduate because that is her cohort or her specialization. In graduate CV, we're mentioning what is her passion, so website development, dashboard development, etc. The second sentence of the personal summary mentions strong communicator and collaborator with strong problem solving skills. And then the last sentence of her personal summary is all about what she is bringing or what she is going to be bringing into this role. So what are her skills set, technical or interpersonal? Moving down, in her technical skills, we clearly mention what exactly is her technical expertise in terms of programming languages, frameworks, databases, and also we mention Microsoft Excel and Microsoft Office Suite. Sorry. Now, moving on, personal skills or interpersonal skill set was something that Jane did not mention in her previous resume, and I made sure we did because that helps the recruiter see what soft skills that she's bringing and also helps increase that ATS similarity ratio, which we want to get shortlisted for interviews. Now, if you see, I have changed the title from projects to industrial projects. Moving on, now we're going to put Jane's before and after CV right here so you can see the difference. So the number one thing that I changed was the title of her project. So her initial CV that she submitted had Secure App Search as a title. Now ATS or Applicant Tracking System does not like short forms and it can't read them. So you should not put short forms or abbreviations in your resume. So I've changed it to Secure Application Development because it tells the recruiter what she's developing. Number 2, instead of having 4 bullet points or 5 bullet points like she had in her previous resume, I made sure to concise the project summary to 2 to 3 bullet points showcasing achievements and metrics. If you notice the very first sentence in the first project she did, she has mentioned built an Android application to identify 10 best fit applications based on limiting permission. The clarity of what she did, how she did, and what was the result of it. This is how you write a work experience or a project experience summary. What you did, how you did, and what was the impact. So the initial CV was missing the what and the impact section. And in her previous CV, she was putting those metrics right at the end and therefore diminishing her achievements, which I did not do. And I didn't let her get away with when I was writing her resume. Coming to her education summary. Now in Jane's previous resume, Education did not have any explanation to what kind of core modules she did, but if you know me as a resume expert, I would not let her get away with it. So in her education summary, I made sure to mention those core modules or relevant coursework that is more related to the job she's applying for. Coming to the last section of her former resume named additional, which was very weak, very passive, and was not at all showing her leadership skills, I changed it to awards and achievements. If you notice in the CV that I've written for her, I have started each sentence with a strong action verb. I've also made sure that I highlighted what kind of events she participated in and what did she win in those events. We also made sure we mentioned her volunteering and participation, which was something that was not clear in her previous resume. And more importantly, if you noticed her previous resume template, I found the bullet points a bit wonky and the resume a bit dodgy because I was not 100% sure that that resume is ATS friendly, and I decided to gift her one of my own ATS resume templates that are launching on 21st of July. So after revamping her resume, I met with Jane and I walked her over exactly what I changed and how she can change her resume for different jobs she's going to be applying for. It is very important to have a structured resume that is in an achievements-based format to showcase your skill set and also increase your similarity so that you can land more job interviews and not get those automatic job rejections in the middle of the night. I am very, very proud of Jane for taking this initiative and pitching her case to me so that I could help her. And I'm also super proud of myself for revamping her resume and helping her land more job interviews and land her next internship. I hope you found this video helpful and I hope you can revamp your resume with the way I revamped Jane's resume through the tips and tricks and secret sauce recipe I mentioned in this video. If you really like what I do and love these videos and you find them educational, please hit the thumbs up button, comment below what was your best part about this video, and subscribe to this channel because it helps us make better content and bigger content for you guys. And if you're in the job search market, then check out these two videos here that can help you land your next dream job in 90 days, and I'll see you next week.